Good afternoon everyone. Today I am Dr. Siddhi and I will be presenting a case of Achromobacter keratitis in an immunocompetent host. So we had a 27-year-old female who was a soft contact lens wearer presented with 3 months history of right eye gradually increasing white spot on the cornea, gradual progressive painful diminution of vision associated with redness and photophobia. She was a regular contact lens wearer with no history of swimming with contact lens on and no history of washing contact lens with water. She has no known systemic or any significant past or family history. She was diagnosed as a right eye stromal keratitis outside the hospital, and for which she was already on fortified vancomycin eye drops, atropine eye drops and ciprofloxacin eye drops. She was compliant but not responding to the existing treatment. On ocular examination, her vision in the right eye was finger counting at 1 meter, which was not improving with the pinhole. There was a lid swelling with no lag ophthalmos, and IOP was digitally normal. Coming to a slit lamp examination, there was a central corneal opacity with infiltrate measuring about 4.2 to 3.2 mm in size, covering full thickness of the stroma, and 2 mm of mobile hypopyon was also noted. So coming to the management, we did her corneal infiltrate and sent for the repeat corneal scraping for microbiology smear and culture. Also contact lens culture was sent. The bacterial and fungal sensitivity showed no growth. However, the Achromobacter xyloxidans species was isolated from the contact lens culture, which was susceptible to imipenem, meropenem and intermediate susceptibility to cotrimoxazole. So based on the susceptibility, we started her on fortified meropenem eye drops 1% every hourly and atropine eye drops 2 times a day. She was kept on the regular follow-up and monitoring. So on the next follow-up, 10 days later, her right eye corneal infiltrate decreased in size with evidence of temporal scarring. Also there was improvement in the vision noted. The 2 weeks after starting the antibiotic eye drops, we added a prednisolone 1% eye drop 6 times a day in a tapering dose, and the reduction in the fortified meropenem eye drop frequency. Uh, uh, in her next follow-up, there was further decrease in the size of infiltrate was noted. However, in the once she saw the improvement in the symptoms, she lost to follow-up, and she stopped using fortified meropenem eye drops, and there was a drop in the vision and increase in the size of corneal infiltrate associated with superficial and deep vascularization. Then again we sent a repeat bacterial culture and restarted her on the fortified meropenem eye drops. On her last follow-up, there was a right eye vision improved to 624, and with pinhole it improved to the 612. There was a well-defined vascularized scar covering the pupillary axis, but there was no active infiltrate. So she was advised to stop all medicines. So coming to the differential diagnosis, atypical bacterial and fungal keratitis, acanthamoeba keratitis, viral keratitis, and corneal scarring with history of viral keratitis. So coming to the discussion, it is an Achromobacter is an aerobic, gram-negative, rod-shaped, cytochrome oxidase positive, non-fermenting bacteria. The risk factors are corneal graft, contact lens wear, post-LASIK, and topical steroid use. This pathogen is reported to be resistant to most of the aminoglycoside. Uh, so and but these antibiotics are included in the mostly in the empirical treatment in the cases of bacterial keratitis. Similarly, in our case, the fortified vancomycin and ciprofloxacin eye drops were started, which showed no improvement in the symptoms. So take home message, this case report highlights the importance of repeat sampling in case of non-healing culture negative corneal ulcer. And Achromobacter is an indolent deep-seated ulcer. Although it is a rare, it should be taken into consideration of the ulcers which are non-responding to the empirical topical treatment. Thank you.
Very rare case presentation by Dr. Siddhi. And can you please suggest any other medications to be used in atypical presentations on empirical basis other than vancomycin, which didn't work, or ciprofloxacin?
Meropenem, imipenem.
How did we prepare meropenem? Because that's not available topically.
Yeah, it is. You
Okay.
need to prepare.
And I saw that in your regimen you were not using any lubricants also.
Yeah, initially actually the frequency of drop was more, so we did not add lubricant because anyway we
But I think
prepare 45.
adding lubricants to the treatment regimen should always be considered because surface dryness is predisposing to poor wound healing and poor tissue healing. So lubricants should be there, I think. If compliance is an issue with reference to frequency of medication, then long-acting lubricants should be added.